Welcome back. Today we will learn about the shocking developments surrounding Holly Jonas's transformation into Salem's most unlikely detective as she embarks on a mission to expose the truth behind Sophia Choi's elaborate deception and reunite Tate Black with his biological son. Holly Jonas. Salem's teen sleuth emerges. The complexities of teenage relationships in Salem have reached unprecedented levels of intrigue, with Holly Jonas finding herself at the center of a web of lies that could change multiple lives forever. As the daughter of the resilient Nicole Walker, Holly possesses an inherent understanding of maternal bonds and the devastating consequences of baby-related deceptions. This personal connection to such traumatic experiences has sharpened her instincts, making her uniquely qualified to detect when something doesn't align with the truth. Holly's romantic reconciliation with Tate Black has provided her with an intimate front-row seat to witness his profound emotional turmoil. The young man she loves is wrestling with the heart-wrenching reality of believing he'll never hold his daughter, never witness her first steps, or hear her first words. Tate's sleepless nights and constant questioning about the rushed adoption process have not gone unnoticed by Holly, who recognizes the signs of a grieving father being systematically excluded from his child's life. The circumstances surrounding the alleged birth have raised numerous red flags that Holly's sharp mind cannot ignore. The speed with which the adoptive parent supposedly whisked the baby away, the lack of any meaningful interaction between Tate and his supposed daughter, and Sophia's suspicious reluctance to discuss specific details about the birth all contribute to Holly's growing suspicions. The painful parallels to Nicole's nightmare. Holly's detective instincts are further heightened by her intimate knowledge of her mother Nicole's devastating experience with baby loss and deception. Having grown up hearing the harrowing details of how Nicole believed her newborn son had died, only to later discover he had been secretly given away through an elaborate adoption scheme orchestrated by Sloan Peterson and Melinda Trask, Holly understands the profound psychological damage such lies can inflict on biological parents. The parallels between Nicole's situation and Tate's current predicament are striking and impossible for Holly to ignore. Both involved rushed adoptions, limited parental access, and suspicious legal maneuvering that seemed designed to keep biological fathers in the dark about their children's true whereabouts. These similarities have activated Holly's protective instincts, driving her to investigate before another family is torn apart by deception. Holly recalls the months of anguish Nicole endured, believing her child was lost forever, and she refuses to allow Tate to suffer the same fate if there's even a remote possibility that he's being lied to. Her determination is fueled by love for Tate but also by a deeper understanding of how baby-related deceptions can destroy lives and relationships for years to come. The crumbling foundation of friendship. The deterioration of Holly and Sophia's once solid friendship adds another layer of complexity to this unfolding drama. What began as typical teenage rivalry over a boy has evolved into something far more sinister, with Sophia's manipulative tactics and emotional sabotage creating an irreparable rift between the former best friends. Holly's loyalty to Tate has positioned her as Sophia's primary adversary, making any potential reconciliation increasingly unlikely. Sophia's transformation from trusted confidant to cunning manipulator has been particularly jarring for Holly, who struggles to reconcile the friend she once knew with the calculating young woman who orchestrated elaborate schemes to win Tate's affections. The revelation that Sophia deliberately set out to seduce Tate, using blackmail and emotional manipulation as her weapons of choice, has opened Holly's eyes to her former friend's true nature. This personal betrayal has made Holly more skeptical of Sophia's version of events surrounding the baby's birth and adoption. Where once she might have accepted Sophia's explanations at face value, Holly now questions every detail, searching for inconsistencies that might reveal the larger deception at play. The destruction of their friendship has inadvertently created the perfect conditions for Holly to view Sophia's actions with the critical eye of an adversary rather than the trusting perspective of a friend. Sarah Horton Kyriakis. The key to unlocking the truth. Holly's living situation places her in the unique position of sharing a household with Sarah Horton Kyriakis, the one person in Salem who possesses concrete knowledge about the truth behind Tesoro's real identity. Sarah's medical expertise and access to confidential information have already led her to uncover discrepancies in Sophia's story, particularly the revelation that she gave birth to a boy rather than the girl she claimed. The growing tension between Sarah and Sophia over these discovered lies creates numerous opportunities for Holly to gather crucial intelligence. As Sarah's suspicions mount and her desire to protect Brady Black's family intensifies, she becomes more vocal about her concerns, inadvertently providing Holly with vital clues about the true nature of Sophia's deception. Holly's proximity to these adult conversations, combined with her natural curiosity and heightened awareness of the situation, positions her perfectly to overhear critical information that could blow Sophia's cover wide open. The domestic setting provides the ideal environment for accidental revelations, whispered phone calls, and private discussions that Holly can piece together to form a complete picture of the conspiracy. The detective work begins armed with her suspicions and motivated by love for Tate. Holly begins to methodically investigate the inconsistencies in Sophia's story. Her approach combines teenage resourcefulness with surprising sophistication, as she draws upon her mother's experiences and her own observations to build a compelling case against Sophia's version of events. Holly starts by examining the timeline of events surrounding the supposed birth and adoption. The rushed nature of the process, combined with Sophia's immediate return to normal activities, strikes Holly as inconsistent with what she understands about childbirth and recovery. Her conversations with Tate reveal additional discrepancies, such as the lack of any photographic evidence of the baby and the absence of typical new parent experiences that should have accompanied such a momentous occasion. The teenager's investigation extends beyond mere observation to active intelligence gathering. She begins paying closer attention to Sophia's phone conversations, monitoring her social media activity for any slip-ups, and even conducting subtle interrogations disguised as casual conversations. Holly's natural charm and apparent sympathy make it easier for her to extract information from unsuspecting sources who have no idea they're being questioned by Salem's newest amateur detective. The unraveling of Sophia's master plan. As Holly's investigation deepens, the carefully constructed walls of Sophia's deception begin to show cracks. The revelation that Tesoro, the baby being raised by Leo Stark and Javi Hernandez, is actually a boy matches the timeline of Sophia's pregnancy in ways that cannot be coincidental. Holly's growing understanding of the situation leads her to realize that Sophia's plan was far more elaborate than anyone initially suspected. The discovery that Melinda Trask has been assisting Sophia in maintaining her lies adds another dimension to the conspiracy that Holly must navigate. Understanding that legal professionals are involved in the cover-up makes Holly realize the serious nature of the situation and the potential consequences for everyone involved if the truth comes to light. Holly's detective work reveals that Sophia's motivation extended far beyond simply avoiding teenage parenthood. The elaborate nature of the deception, including the creation of false adoption documents and the coordination with multiple accomplices, suggests a level of premeditation that shocks even Holly's cynical expectations. This realization strengthens her resolve to expose the truth and ensure that Tate is reunited with his son. The moment of truth approaches as Holly pieces together the final elements of the puzzle. She faces the weighty responsibility of deciding how and when to reveal her discoveries to Tate and the rest of Salem. The knowledge that she possesses could reunite a father with his child while simultaneously destroying multiple relationships and potentially exposing several adults to serious legal consequences. Holly's position as the catalyst for truth creates both opportunity and burden. She understands that her actions will have far-reaching consequences that extend well beyond her immediate circle of friends and family. The revelation of Sophia's deception will likely result in criminal charges, destroyed reputations, and the complete restructuring of several Salem families. The approaching climax of Holly's investigation promises to deliver the dramatic revelations that Days of Our Lives fans have been anticipating. Her transformation from teenager caught in romantic drama to determined detective seeking justice represents a significant character development that positions her as a major player in Salem's ongoing storylines. The ultimate success of Holly's detective work will not only reunite Tate with his biological son but also expose the extensive network of lies and manipulation that has kept them apart. Her efforts represent hope for truth and justice in a situation where deception and self-interest have dominated the narrative for far too long.